my dead body.
Česko kucuta, Krista Krenko, jak Oscar.
I bet you have.
Holy fuck, that was a great burp. Oh my god. You scared the shit out.
No, just kidding.
No, we legit should fucking just start the podcast. That was a A+ burp. 10 out of 10. Holy fuck. What's up, Nick? You're welcome.
Nothing.
How about
Just got a
when
drink. Just burped.
How about when you were a kid? How awkward was it when you were a kid and adults would be like, hey little guy, what's up? And you'd be like, nothing. But then you didn't.
Yeah.
What else do you say? What little kid's gonna be like, oh, I just solved world hunger or something.
Dow Jones is down.
Yeah, my stock's not doing so good, but it's okay. Recession's really hitting me hard.
Blueberry. Well, bro.
Bro, this is the biggest day of my life.
This is the biggest day of my life.
That's a great episode when he frickin' gets married to Starla, and Mordecai's like, I hate you, CJ, so fuck off. And she starts crying and leaves. You're not my soulmate.
Okay.
Oh no, let's open with that shit, okay? I have a fucking point to make.
Okay.
Regular show, all right? For all of you fucking 3 people listening, hopefully you've seen regular show. It's so fantastic. It's such a great show. It's 11 minutes an episode, because obviously Cartoon Network, like 30-minute episodes, you have to account for commercial breaks. So if you watch it on HBO Max, the whole episode itself, every episode is 11 minutes. And they find a way to make a compelling storyline for every single episode and pack it into 11 minutes. And it's fantastic. Every effing episode. Dude, I can quote regular show 4 days.
Yeah,
I love
when
regular show.
I love when it starts getting super just like deep.
Yeah, like there's some really...
Towards the middle and end, it's like there's some very adult themes. And I think that's why Tyler, the creator, loved it so much.
And he came on early. I think it was like the first season when they do the rap battle.
Yeah.
And like he
He
plays
was
a
always
character
a
of
fan
himself.
of like that Cartoon
Yeah.
Network era, like that Adventure Time.
Well, the final episode when, like, no bullshit, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it, because the final episode when Pops basically sacrifices himself to like turn evil Pops good, because they crash into like the sun, and he's like I love you, brother, and they just like hug and die. And then you're like, oh, they're gonna do some silly shit, obviously, like to end the episode on a happy note, but they don't. Like Mordecai doesn't end up with Margaret, which you're like, oh, I would expect them to, right? Nope. He's just alone for a long time. Like they do a time lapse and he's alone. He ends up meeting like the love of his life, like later in life, like when he's already established in his career and shit. Like a very adult fucking thing to communicate to children that like you don't necessarily have to meet like the love of your life like early on in life, like it can happen later. And then you see like all of them getting back together at the park, like after they've had families and like careers outside of the park, like Rigby as kids, and like they come back and they're ascending the statue of Pops, and then they ascend the statue of his dad right next to him. Dude, that shit made me cry every time I've watched the last episode of regular show. It makes me cry seeing that shit. I'm like, fuck, I love you, Pops. They ended that show so perfectly. I also want to make the point that the final episode of regular show came out, or the final 2 episodes, because it's a 2-part episode. The final 2 parts of regular show came out before Infinity War and Endgame. And I just want to put out that it kind of, like, I feel like Kevin Feige stole the idea from regular show, because if you watch the last 2 episodes of regular show, they have a final standoff with the big bad boss on a planet. It's very eerily similar to Infinity War, and then they bring back all the characters through, like from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. They bring all the characters that have like been in these episodes, and they all show up in this like all out fucking battle against this big bad, just like when they repoof everyone and redust everyone in Endgame, and all these fuckers come back to fight Thanos. It's the same exact shit, except it happened before Endgame came out. So I'm just going to put this out there that if you watch the last 2 episodes of regular show, you're gonna in your head be like, oh yeah, it is kind of fucking similar to Endgame. So Marvel can thank regular show for their fucking brilliant idea.
I kinda want to rewatch regular show now. You
It's
made
so
me like
good.
clench. My butt was clenched.
It's almost like they take a character like fucking Muscle Man, right? Like in the first season of regular show, you're like, this character is literally only there for comedic relief and to be like an idiot. Like he doesn't have any depth to who he is. And then like JG Quintel or JG Quintel, yeah, the creator of the show, he like makes Muscle Man such an interesting. Every character gets a backstory. You find out about his dad, Starla, like the relationship that he has with Fives. Like there's an episode where they go back in time to when him and Fives became friends in high school, and they hated each other at first, and then eventually they became friends. And then there's an episode where Fives and Muscle Man lose their memory and they don't remember why they're friends. And like it's a really sad episode actually, because Fives is like, you're kind of like an asshole. Like I don't want to be your friend. Like I don't know why we were friends in the first place. And it takes like a desperate act by Muscle Man to make them both remember what made them friends in the first place. It's just like you really start to love these characters by like the third, fourth, fifth season. I think there's 6 or 7 seasons. And by that time, you're like so invested in these fucking characters that it's like some of the episodes down the end of the line of the show, it's like very much not a silly comedy animated show. It's like really
Yeah, it's
deep.
like when I brought up Adventure Time, it's kind of the same thing with Adventure Time. Um remember when we find out like the Ice King's backstory?
Yeah. Fucking depressing.
Yeah, like how he was
a
like nice.
good guy.
He was like a really, really good guy. He was traveling with well, I can't remember her name right now.
Marceline, the vampire
Marceline,
queen.
him and Marceline. Yeah, and like he was just like taking care of and like raising Marceline, and then the crown just like corrupted him. And it's like and like after that after that episode, watching the show back from the beginning is so sad.
Dude, after watching that episode, you appreciate
So
Simon.
sad.
Like it's not just about Ice King. Like you're like, oh, he was a person, bro. Like, and he became that way, basically like sacrificing himself to save her.
Yeah,
Because like
just yeah.
she would have been
He had to
fucking
put it on,
dead.
yeah.
She would have been dead meat had he not put on that crown. But he was
So
like, fuck it, I'll fully become the Ice King in order to save you.
I'm getting choked up over here.
Poor Marceline. And then her dad's just like a dick, and I'll be honest, like, I mean, who's hotter, Marceline or Margaret? That's tough. That's a fucking toughie right there.
Marceline is
Marceline's cooler.
has the musician side. Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool as fuck. Margaret's kind of like lame as shit. Like her dad's a stiff, and like she dated that fucking Chad. What's his name in regular show? Fuck, the boyfriend that's like, hey there, I'm a news reporter, and he's like super. he's square as shit. Like he's just such a bitch ass.
I can't remember. I don't know why.
Yeah, Marceline is definitely
I'm so bad with
cooler.
names.
But they made Margaret look so attractive in regular show. It's unreal. Like, why do they do that? It's a fucking cartoon. Like, why do they have to do that?
I don't know, man. These animators, some of these animators, dude.
But anyways, I guess the point I was trying to make is, if you haven't, watch regular show, and if you have, fucking watch it again, dude. And if you need a show to sleep to at night, put on regular show, because they're 11-minute episodes, but so much happens in that 11 minutes, and it makes me want to fucking cry. And that's my point.
Oh, one little ending note. I wish Flapjack and Captain Knuckles, The Misadventures of Flapjack, I wish that show got more seasons. The Misadventures of Flapjack.
Flapjack was like a step.
That show's horrifying and crazy.
It is, but like as an adult now, like I appreciate that show more. I think that they had such a cool idea to like they had that art where it would be like mostly like kiddish cartoons that you would expect from a show on Cartoon Network, and then they'd cut to like a still frame of like one of the characters' faces close up, and it was just like disgusting,
horrifying claymation.
yeah, disgustingly like there was like sweat coming out of their pores, or like
Yeah, it
their
was kind of like
teeth
the
were
SpongeBob
gross.
close-ups, except they like
Yeah,
made them even more realistic, and it was like 3D, not 2D. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like as a kid, you'd see that and be like uncomfortable, but as an
Yeah,
adult, I'm
like
like, this
Candy
fucking
Wife.
slaps. Yeah,
Like
yeah, that
anytime
whole
Candy
episode's
Wife's in it,
weird.
she's only like that animation. Candy Wife is horrifying.
And I guess to a lesser extent, but Chowder. Chowder was also a really good show that I feel like may have just been kind of too weird
Dude,
for kids. But
yeah, no,
as an adult
Chowder.
now, I love it. That was
Like,
a
do they?
good time for animation too on
It
Cartoon Network.
was
They had Total
everything.
Drama Island, Chowder, Flapjack. They had a great lineup.
Yeah.
And that's
So
also when the fucking Clone Wars was on.
you're right.
So you'd watch all those shows. I think it was like Friday nights or Saturday nights, whatever it was, like when they had that lineup of new episodes. And I remember it'd be like Chowder, Total Drama Island, and to end the night at like 9, 10 o'clock or whatever, because kids go to sleep early. They'd end the night with the new episode of the Clone Wars, and I'd be so fucking hype every week. I'd be like, "Oh my god, like,
Dude,
what's the show
yeah,
Ahsoka
this
gonna
is
do
like
this
peak
week?"
television. I think I don't know. This is like definitely like peak cartoons for me. Like watching cartoons like this time, this era.
This machine's not valid! I have a winning ticket! Give me my money! Ugh! I want my money!
Dude, Muscle Man, calm down!
So Licorice
babe?
Oh, yeah,
I
you
saw
it?
Licorice Pizza. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Tell us about it. Oh fuck that! Wait. I can't say us. That sounds so dumb. Tell me about it.
I think it's overrated. Like all the reviews I saw for it, like they were talking about it in such high regard. It got like 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes. Like I wish I listened to my nana. My nana watched a trailer and she was like, "This is gonna stink," and I was like, "My nana doesn't know movies. She wants to see." There's like this new movie with Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez that looks freaking awful, and my nana was like, "Now that's a good movie. That looks like a good movie."
Have
I was
not
like,
heard
"Oh
of it.
my god." But that's besides the point. So it's basically about this 15-year-old kid and this 25-year-old girl. And it's just like the whole story is like a story intertwined with their love story and their business. And I can't, I just really, it's so weird. Like they don't have sex or anything, but I'm just going to end this with the 25-year-old girl peeps through the bathroom window of the 15-year-old main character, like hooking up with another girl his age. Licorice Pizza, it's just weird, man. And like cinematography wise, as a film student, the shots were sick. And I really liked Bradley Cooper's performance. I thought it was hilarious. But why would you make the age gap so big? I get it's the 70s, the movie's based in the 70s, and weird shit like that happened all the time. But for a blockbuster picture, I mean, I don't know if it's a blockbuster, but for like a mainstream film,
Yeah.
I think it's just like a bad look. Like you could have so easily, he's in high school, so you could have easily just made him a senior in 18 instead of like a freshman in 15. I don't know.
That's
Just
weird. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't speak on it, but I have heard a lot of buzz, like of people
Yeah,
being like,
dude.
this is basically the best movie of the year. I saw the
Everybody
trailer. I
likes
thought it
it,
looked
man.
okay, but
Dude, the trailer looks cool.
who's the director again? It's a famous dude.
Paul
Thomas
I think?
Anderson, yeah. I guess you would
Yeah,
expect
and
a
like
good movie
my
from
whole
him,
family
right?
hated it. Maddie didn't like it. It was just like, I don't know, man. But yeah.
I'm like I said, I can't speak on it because I haven't seen it, but the main actor, the lead, the male lead,
Yeah.
he kind of looks like Tony Soprano as a
Yeah.
kid.
That's what I was gonna
Does he
say.
not?
He for like the first 5 minutes of the film, I was like, "Wait, is he the kid who's also the young Tony Soprano?" And The Sopranos, like,
That's what I
prequel
thought,
film?
and then I looked it up, and I'm well now I kind of just fucking forget because I have dementia. I'm pretty sure that it's not him, but I'm gonna look it up again just to be doubly fucking sure.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but
Uh,
I really liked how almost the whole cast is like people we don't know.
If you say your mom, you're fired! My mom! Get out!
All right, dude. I think we should I think we should talk about what we should have talked about from the start.
Spider-Man.
No Way Home. No Way Home was like my favorite theater experience in so long, dude.
really?
Like li- in so long. Like it made me think about the time like me and you saw Guardians and like The Force Awakens. Like I haven't had really good theater experiences since around that time.
I mean,
Like I've went and seen good movies, but the experience at the theater hasn't been as electric as it was in the theater for No Way Home. Like it was so
all right.
freaking
So
awesome.
what parts in particular?
Like the part when which we called when Andrew's Spider-Man saves MJ.
We did call that. It's on the fucking episode 2 of the podcast. So go
We
listen
called
to it and
We literally freaking called it.
subscribe. Send us money on Patreon, please.
We
Keep
freaking
going.
called it. But yeah, that I was on the verge of tears and everybody in the theater was like you could hear people whimpering. Like it was so insane.
So sad.
And especially when the first portal gets opened and Andrew comes through, like everyone was like, "Wah!" But one thing I have to say about that part, I think like that little like comedy bit where they're like trying to make him show that he's Spider-Man, I think it went on for way too long.
I agree. I thought the same thing.
I was like, why is this going on for so long? I was like, I laughed a bit and I was like, all right, it's over. Like, please.
Do you know why you felt like that?
Why?
We just watched May die. And I'll be honest, May fucking died. And I didn't, at first I was like, no, I was like so heartbroken. But then I was like, for some reason, this isn't really making me as emotional as it should. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was like,
fucking
like,
May died. That's the worst thing that could happen. May fucking died. And it was kind of like almost like anticlimactic. I don't know why. I'm not like fucking smart enough to have an answer for that, but I did not really feel it. And then the next scene, right? Like Peter's like just lost the only thing he has family wise. And then the next scene, like they're like, haha, like, yeah, I can climb on the wall. Like it. And then the funny, oh, my abuela thinks you're whatever, wants you to clean the fucking cobwebs. It's like, I don't know, kind of the wrong time, bro. Like, because then the scene that comes after that is the heartbreaking shot of MJ, Ned, and Peter just all hugging, and just like he's sobbing. I mean, May just died.
Like, I've watched like a few videos like making fun of like Marvel's like comedy style, and like it was so apparent in that scene. I was like, you're so lame, Marvel. Like this is like kind of lame.
Yeah.
But the good in this movie heavily outweighs the bad. Like I think the last problem I had with the movie was how at the end, like, Tom Holland's Spider-Man almost kills Willem Dafoe, like almost kills the Green Goblin, and then Peter stops him, and then it's just like, all right, like he doesn't even talk to the Green Goblin before he goes back. Like, what is that about? Like, why would they not have a scene talking? He literally killed. He was just like, oh no, what have I done this time?
I think that was weird to me because they gave him that whole speech. They were like, you don't want to become a vengeful Spider-Man. Like you don't want to be an angry, you know what I'm talking about? When they were like, don't make the mistake that we did. Like you'll never satisfy like that.
Yeah, that scene hurt.
That vengeance.
When Andrew Garfield's like, I started pulling punches. I was like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I stopped pulling my punches. Because
pulling my punches.
Because Tom Holland Spider-Man was like you don't fucking know what it's like. And without saying anything, as being like the Spider-Man fan that I am and having watched all these movies, when you see the look on Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's face, I would say Peter, but like they're all fucking Peter, do you know what I mean? But looking at their faces when he says, you don't know what it's like, and they're just like, no, we do. Like we've both lost that person, right? Like they both lost Uncle Ben. And I guess that's kind of like, I mean, you could say Tony Stark was Tom Holland's Uncle Ben, but like not really. I think May is the equivalent of Uncle Ben. Because
it was like in both of those it was the Peter's fault. In this one it was not. Wait, I don't know. In the Amazing Spider-Man, was it Andrew's fault? I haven't watched
because
Spider-Man 1 in so long.
He's like investigating his parents, and then I think Uncle Ben like goes searching for him or something. I don't know. I kind of forget. I could have just fucking butchered that and sounded stupid. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens. It's not as much. It's not as much of his fault as it is Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire, it's like directly his fault. Yeah,
Andrew's Spidey had it so hard, dude. His Gwen died and Uncle Ben.
And that's why it was so heartbreaking when, again, like, so I.
And then he's like, oh my God. And the part where they're like talking and he's like, you guys are so much cooler than me. It's like, damn, bro.
I've had a lot of people ask me about these like Marvel movies. They'll be like, "Oh, do I have to watch the last one to get this one? Like, do I have to watch other shit to understand this?" And I'm always like, "No, like you can just pick up. Like at the end of the day, it's just a movie, and like it has a beginning, it has a problem, the problem gets solved, and it has an end." But there's also some shit that I'm proud to like say that I can like watch these movies and instantly feel what the director of this movie wants me to feel, knowing that I've seen the last movie. And in this
Yeah, like
instance,
this
it's
one, yeah,
well,
this film you have to see an ethos of films.
but not only that. In this instance, specifically, when obviously MJ falls out of Tom Holland's grasp, and then Andrew Garfield's like, "I got her." He swings in almost exactly the same as he does in his film, Amazing Spider-Man 2, when he doesn't save his MJ. And then they're on the ground. He saved her, and he's looking at her, and he's like, "Are you okay?" Like, kind of
Yeah.
not thinking about it at first, but then she goes, "Are you okay?" And he's just fucking crying. And anyone else would be like, "Why is he so emotional?" Now, obviously, if you've watched the last couple of movies, you've watched all these Spider-Man movies, it's a payoff for you because you're like, "Oh, that's like retribution. Like he got to finally make up for what he didn't get to do with his MJ." So to people that ask like, "Oh, do I have to like watch the other movies to get this one?" No, but you're not going to appreciate these because like they're not breaking any fucking new ground with these movies. Like what a lot of these movies are very much the same. Like they're not like making crazy experimental films here. Like they're Marvel movies. The whole point of why we love to go see them is because it's like the payoffs. Like again, Cap wielding Mjolnir. Like that's payoff. That's watching a film and
Yeah.
then down the line that fucking pays off, right?
Yeah, it's
You almo-
like the cap thing is payoff to the end credit scene where he like lifts the hammer kinda. Or no, or is that
that's
during
in
the party? Is that not even
that's
in the end credit scene? It's
that's
just when they're just drunk at the party.
in Age of Ultron when they're at the
Yeah.
party and it budges just a little bit and
Like-
you see Thor like oh, and then he laughs. He's like, "Oh, no, never mind," you know. But
Yeah.
if you don't keep that in mind, then that scene when Cap wields Mjolnir means nothing to you. But being a fucking nerd, like that happens, and then you feel like electricity jolt go through your fucking body. I mean, I was with you when we saw that movie, and you know, we looked at each other like fucking kids in a
Yeah.
candy store. We were like, "Fuck! Like finally, he's worthy." And it's the same thing. I feel like a lot of the Spider-Man movie. I'll be honest, it wasn't my favorite overall, but the fan service was so great.
I've seen better movies in the theater, but just like because of the fan service and like I think I had so many like true fans in the theater. Like it was just so electric in there. Like every time I was like, like 90% of the theater picked up on the same thing I picked up on, and it was
Yeah.
just it was so crazy. It was so fun.
I want to know if you noticed this, but did you feel like dissatisfied with how they left off with Happy?
Yeah, how he just gets like arrested. He's
Bro,
like,
Happy
run.
Happy has played way too big of a fucking role in this trilogy to just literally at like the 3/4 mark of the movie just like disappear. Like you don't see Happy again. You don't even get
Yeah.
to see Happy not remembering Peter. They just don't show him, and I really don't know why because if you remember in Far From Home, like Happy's the only motherfucker that Peter has out there because when he's walking in the flower field and he doesn't know if he's in one of Mysterio's tricks or not, and Happy's like, "Peter, Peter, it's me," and he's like, "Tell me something only you would know about me." And then they hug and he's like, "Oh my god, like a real genuine person, like I can trust you." Like their relationship
Yeah.
they're pretty close. Like don't get it twisted. Like they joke around a lot with May and Happy, like, "Oh, like it's a funny relationship with two old people," but at the end of the day, like Happy's been there for Peter almost as much as like Tony has. So for them to just
Yeah,
like
dude.
just kind of throw away his
Oh.
character at the end of that movie, it kind of pissed me off. I was like, "Where's Happy? What's going on with Happy, bro?"
And like I liked the ending, but I also like, man, you should have said something, dude. It's such a depressing ending, dude. Nobody knows him. He's all alone in some roach-infested apartment.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
So
he
did
doesn't
you-
get to go to college with them. It's
So
so
did you like
depressing.
it? Did you like the ending or no?
I liked it and I hated it.
Tell me why.
I mean, like, Doctor Strange could have so easily just added like a few names to the spell. Because remember how before the spell gets messed up because Peter keeps adding names and then he changes the spell and tries to add another name. He changes the spell. I
Yeah,
feel like
all
if from the rip Doctor Strange just added a few names, it would have been so easy, and Peter would have not been forgotten by everybody who he loves. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He's all alone. It's so depressing.
Doctor Strange is also kind of starting to become a little bit OP with the shit that he can do. It's like it's starting to get a little ridiculous. It's like
Well, I mean, like,
almost
dude, you got to think about it. Like they're kind of running out of villains that are like in the like are capable of being beaten by like the Black Widows and the Hawkeyes. Like it's getting to the point where they're gonna start fighting like Galactus and like people who are like so world destroying. It's like almost incomprehensible that someone like Hawkeye or Black Widow should even be on the battlefield. You know what I mean?
they get a real. I think that
Like once Adam
I'm-
Warlock is like in the MCU, like it's like shit's hitting the fan. Like we're gonna start seeing like Dragon Ball Z type stuff.
in 20 when did Guardians come out? 2015, 2014?
Guardians 1 or 2?
Well, both, but the first one when they started going out into space, like because the Avengers were always, all those films were like Earth bound. Besides like Asgard, it was all taking place on Earth, and I think they started to like expand upon that with the Guardians, and then you saw the Skrulls, and you saw Captain Marvel, and you saw a lot of stuff going on off planet, and I think that was a really good way to like deepen the storyline because you can only have so many characters on Earth because then that classic issue arises of like, all right, like if there's all these heroes on Earth, why don't they all show up at the same time when there's an Earth threatening threat? You know what I mean? Like, why is it? Oh, it's just Ant-Man showing up today in San Francisco. It's just Doctor Strange showing up. Like they would all show up. So I liked the idea that they were kind of straying away from Earth a little bit. You leave the Earth's mightiest heroes on Earth, and you focus on the Guardians in space, and you focus on Captain Marvel, and you deal with these other storylines off world. But I kind of feel like they were getting to that, and they like backtracked because now they're giving us all these freaking shows on Disney Plus. Like She-Hulk is going to be on Earth, Hawkeye on Earth, WandaVision on Earth. I mean, a fake, realm of Earth, but Earth. All taking place on Earth. And it's almost like it's lowering the stakes because it's like, how much can fucking happen on Earth, bro? We just defeated Thanos. Like, what else is going to happen? Like,
the new
we need to
Doctor
go back
Strange
out in
film,
space.
I think is really going to set it off.
I hope so. I thought it was going to be set off in this film with the multiverse, but I was kind of wrong because, like,
It kind of
everyone
was,
went
but
back-
it's very
everyone went back.
self-contained. It's very self-contained. Like, I think it was just like giving you a taste of what's going to happen in the Doctor Strange film. Like, because we see like the Supreme Doctor Strange, like
Yeah.
evil Doctor Strange. It's just like,
you know,
I
what's
really
weird.
feel like that film's going to set it off. Like, he goes to see Wanda, and like his power and her power is really what's going to set a lot of things into motion.
I saw a meme today and it was like, because Sam Raimi directed all the Spider-Mans, the original Spider-Man trilogy, and he is directing the Multiverse of Madness, the new Doctor Strange movie. And so there was like this meme where it was Venom suit Peter. You know when Peter's like dancing around and he has the Venom suit on and his hair's all like slicked down? Do you know what I'm talking about? And he's like feeling himself and shit, and he's like dancing around.
walking down the
Yeah.
sidewalk, and he's like,
Dude,
spinning and
fucking
shit.
love that scene.
Yeah.
So badass. Obviously kidding. But then they show him side by side with the bad Doctor Strange, and they're like, Sam Raimi likes to make like bad versions of our superheroes, huh? Like it's the same exact thing. The new Doctor Strange is gonna be just like wearing all black and have like black hair. It's like kind of the same shit. Another thing with Venom though is that the only lasting effect of No Way Home, other than people forgetting Spider-Man, is that if you watch the post-credit scene, that little bit of Venom
little Venom nod,
stayed in this universe. So that's like the only lasting effect besides obviously no one remembers him.
which is sick. Like, so okay, if they don't bring Tom Hardy into the MCU, who do you think the other Venom is going to be?
I don't
MCU Venom.
I don't know who, but I'll be honest, I love Tom Hardy. He's my favorite actor. No bullshit. Anyone who knows me, Tom Hardy's my favorite. He's okay as Venom. I don't know. I think their Venom's
I think
way
it's
too
I think it's
jokey.
more at fault at the writing. I think it's really
so
the writing. It's not fully
fucking
him.
jokey. They don't take him serious. Bro, Venom is a menace. He is not to be fucked with, and he's
Yeah.
I'm the lethal protector or whatever. Yeah, that's funny, bro, but like we need to be afraid of you. Venom's like the big bad. He's besides Green Goblin, like that's his Joker. Like right? Like Batman Joker, Venom and Spider-Man. Like that's I don't know. I feel like they
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
really
take
not
it
doing it
really
right.
lightly over in Sony.
Stinks.
If
Sony really
Morbius
stinks.
if Morbius isn't good, dude, wrap it the fuck up. I mean, that's it. Like don't give us any more, please.
Yeah, man. I really if Morbius isn't good, I really feel like Sony should just be like maybe
Give it all
we
to fucking
yeah,
Marvel.
we as film fans and like Marvel and comic book fans, we should like strike this movie so they get like $0 and they literally have to like sell Marvel the rights to like even
Well, dude, there's a movement online right now, a huge fucking movement by a lot of sweaty nerds trying to get another Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man movie, which I'm so for.
I saw that.
Give him a third fucking movie, please.
And have Marvel do it right and it's like, "Oh my god, imagine if it's actually good." Ooh. Yeah.
I wanted to make one last point about Spider-Man before we stop talking about it, unless you want to keep talking about it, in which case, fucking whatever. But as far as
I'm
the
gonna move
ending
on.
goes, as far as the ending goes, so throughout
Left a lot to be desired.
Well, so you said you didn't really love it, right? Like you kind of hated it a little bit, like it left you feeling a little bit depressed.
Yeah, very, very depressed.
So at first
Very
I didn't like
somber.
it. I was like, fuck this. The ending was kind of shitty. But the more I think about it, the more I sit with it, I'm like, all right. But like what do we expect? Because throughout this trilogy, the main knock on Tom Holland's Spider-Man has always been like, is he really Spider-Man though? Or is he like Tony Stark Jr.? You know, he has the tech, the armor, he has like a mentor, even in, you know, because he has Tony Stark in Homecoming, but then even in Far From Home, like he has Nick Fury like bossing him around, and then he
Who's not actually Nick Fury.
even Mysterio kind of plays like a mentor role to him before he fucks him over. And then there's even Happy, who's like picks him up, gives him the armor, right? Because he makes the suit when he's in the ship going to fight Mysterio. Like, and then even in this most recent one, he's using fucking Stark tech to like fucking fix the bad guys. So throughout this trilogy, it's always kind of just been like, is it really Spider-Man or is it Peter Parker kind of being Spider-Man, kind of being an Avenger, kind of being Iron Man Jr.? Like it's always been a mixture of those things. And I think now, right, like he's all alone, he's independent, he's older now. He makes his own suit, so we're gonna get like just, you know, the suit, no tech, no nothing.
Spidey suit. Oh.
It's gonna finally give us a version of Spider-Man again, because we've had this before, but it's gonna give us a version of Spider-Man that's just protecting New York, and there's no bullshit, like, because the Avengers aren't gonna know who he is. So when there's petty crime and like petty theft and all that, like that, you know, Doctor Strange is gonna report to a robbery, Spider-Man's gonna report, and no one knows who the fuck that guy is because everyone forgets who he is, right? So, I think where the ending leaves us is, it allows us to go into a new trilogy of Spider-Man or a new film, whatever the fuck, where it's truly just Spider-Man. Like we just focus on him, and there's no bullshit. There's no Stark tech. There's no like, oh, I was an Avenger. Or, oh, I know Ant-Man. None of that shit. Like he's just on his fucking own, which I
he's
think
just
people
on
kind of
his,
complained about all throughout the
on his
trilogy.
Spider-Man grind.
Yeah. Also, Tom Holland's kind of a twink, so maybe give us a bigger Spider-Man. I don't know.
What? You want a different Spidey?
I like Tom Holland, but like did you see what he said? He was like, I'm gonna quit acting and like focus on raising a family. I'm like, bro, you're my age. Don't do that. Like, you're gonna quit making bajillions of dollars? That motherfucker's whipped, bro. He's like, I'm gonna have 13 kids with Zendaya.
Dude,
To be honest,
he
dude,
has
I
the
don't blame him.
opportunity
I
to
would
be
do
like
the same thing.
in the most Marvel films of any Marvel person. Because just think about it. He's already been in like Civil War,
Yeah.
Infinity War, Endgame, all three of his own films. But I want to segue
Yeah. Yeah.
this Marvel jazz. I've been hearing a
Marvel
lot of
jazz.
stuff about Fantastic Four. Guess who? It was like an old thing that got brought back up. And the dude who, the YouTube video I watched, The Source, has been confirmed to be right multiple upon multiple times.
Okay.
And apparently, Dennis Reynolds.
No, get the fuck out of here. Dude.
Dude,
No
I'm not
way.
lying. He might not have got the part, but he was one of the people that they let try out for the part.
He looks like Mr. Fantastic from the original movies. The actor.
But yeah, isn't that insane? And okay, just think about that. If they're going that route,
Dude.
'cause there was also like rumors that Seth Rogen was going to be the thing.
Get the fuck out of here. If Seth Rogen's the thing, nah.
Okay, and just
No.
think about this. Think about those like comedic guys bouncing off of it. You could think of the tone that they would go for if they casted those guys. I would love Dennis Reynolds.
If Dennis Reynolds is a fucking superhero, he really is the golden god. Dude, if he was, you know who he should be? Adam Warlock. He's the fucking golden god, dude. He should be Adam Warlock.
Dude, what if he is?
I mean, he's not, because Adam Warlock's already been casted, but...
Who's Adam
Wait,
Warlock?
Did you know that? Oh, shit, you haven't heard? You haven't heard the news?
I have not.
Okay, so before I say who is... Because you're never going to fucking guess it, for sure, but guess who... Give me like 3 actors you think could play Adam Warlock.
Ansel Elgort?
Okay, good. Wow, good guess.
Let
I mean, wrong, but like, good guess.
me think here. Who's the lead in Dunkirk?
Oh, Harry Styles? Oh, the other guy.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Maybe him, and I would go with the lead in Everybody Wants Some. I don't know his name either.
So, I mean, good guesses, but wrong.
Okay, tell me it then.
Will Poulter. And you don't know who that is. You're like, what? Think. And you're
No,
going to be like,
I think
what?
I do.
Dude, you're going to be like, what? You're going to be like, no way. That's a joke. No, I'm being serious. Will Poulter from We're the Millers gets his dick bit by a spider. That guy.
No effing way, dude.
Yeah, dude. And you know what's crazy is that he got super handsome. You know, I mean, it's fucking, it's Hollywood, bro. So they drink the adrenochrome and they just like stay forever young. So even ugly people can be hot in Hollywood. That's just how it is. But he got super fucking good looking or whatever. He's got blonde ass hair, which makes him eligible for Adam Warlock. And Will Poulter.
Dude, I
he's,
kind of fuck with it.
Are you looking at pictures of him now? Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
remember
kinda
him,
looks-
dude. I
he
kind of
kinda
liked
looks
that
like-
movie when it came out.
I mean, he was also in The Revenant and wasn't half bad. I mean, as an actor,
And
he's a
the
good
Maze
actor.
Runner.
I'm so friggin' excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. You have no idea. I mean, holy fuck. Taika Waititi, dude, take my money.
Anything
no
with the
matter
Guardians
what.
in it. I think they're only going to be in it in the beginning, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you but you brought up something before. Oh, the fantastic. So Dennis.
I wanted to segue that into the new season of
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Sunny.
I say we should just talk up into the episodes that you've seen because I finished it. So
Well, you didn't like it so wait, hold up. This is like your thing because we talked about this in the first episode and you were like, I really don't like the show. It's kind of like getting too political and kind of like cheesy. But like you kind of like, I get the feeling that you're like, you changed your mind a little bit.
well, no, those episodes are still fucking trash. Those are like some of the worst It's Always Sunny episodes.
Well, dude,
But
the
when
fucking
they go to
the
when they go
Epstein
to Ireland,
that was funny.
it's
Yeah.
awesome.
The Epstein Island shit was kind of funny. When,
Yeah, the second they go to Ireland, it's like it's pretty good. It's like average good. It's Always Sunny, but like the first couple episodes before they go, so bad.
But I mean, like, what else? What changed your mind in the episodes that you did like?
I loved the Mac and Charlie stuff. They were bouncing off each other really, really well.
Yeah.
And I love like the reoccurring bit where they keep forcing D to like, well, not even forcing D, They just like they keep waking her up. She keeps getting knocked out in like various of ways, and keep waking her up with soup, like
Yeah.
hearty like tavern soup. It's so hilarious. But yeah, it's like everybody has good bits. It's just like an all around averagely good time after those first couple episodes.
It's
And, like-
definitely. I mean, yeah, that's funny, but
There's like there's this like a little reoccurring thing where Dennis is like haunted or like possessed by like the spirit of this mansion, this grotesque rundown mansion they stay in, and he's like always
Yeah.
talking to himself, like what the mansion's telling him to do. It's
Yeah.
really funny.
And he's like, "Kill that bitch." When he's in the room with when he's in the room with D, and she's like, "You're really
Yeah.
sick, huh?" He has COVID.
Yeah.
I like when when Frank is like, "I'm gonna make it up to Charlie," and he goes, I'm gonna give him the Gatorade bottle," and he goes, "Don't fuck it up with the piss bottle," and he gives him the piss bottle. He's like, "What is this piss?" He goes, "Oh fuck, shit, yeah, it's the wrong bottle. Sorry, wash it down with this Gatorade." He's like, "Another fucking piss bottle, dude." He's like, "Why do you have
Dude,
two
that was
bottles
really
of piss?" Yeah. I love Frank, bro. I feel like that show only got as far as it did because of fucking Frank.
Yeah, if they didn't add Danny DeVito, I could see that show ending after like 5 seasons.
I want to be fucking Frank for Halloween and just wear like a collar shirt with sausage links in the front pocket and just eat sausage links out of my pocket. And then that's it. I'll be him.
You should wear like really big gray sweatpants and stuff rum ham in the front.
Or when they go on the cruise and they wear the big puffy jackets with the beers inside. Oh my god.
Dude, I actually just watched that episode.
I said this last time you brought up Sonny, but I'm not a fan of Gay Mac.
Yeah, man.
I liked
yeah.
In Denial in the Closet.
And that's where it
Christian
starts.
Mac.
That's where it starts. That episode is like right where it starts. He's like, "I'm gay, guys," and they're like, "Finally."
Yeah, they don't even acknowledge it. They're like, "Yeah, we knew
Yeah.
the whole fucking time."
Oh man, I miss like remember the bit of like that cycling exercise chair he had with like the huge dildo
With
that
the
would pound him
fucking
in the ass.
Dildo, yeah. Yeah, they're like,
So funny.
it's the most masculine thing to dominate another man. It's not gay. It's not gay to dominate another man. Impose
Oh,
your
dude,
will on him.
And remember the episode where the really like rich dude and the girl bring Dee and Charlie to that like dinner,
Yeah.
and Max somehow gets involved with the guy and Dee, and they get the video of him wrestling with him in Dennis's room, and they're like both shirtless, and they're like, ugh, ugh. It's so good. It's so good.
That episode's funny as
awesome.
shit. He straight up like punches D in the face.
Yeah. So awesome.
You're awesome.
Or
Oh,
should
fuck.
we
How
oh, okay.
about in that Meat Canyon? We can edit this out, but in that Meat Canyon video when wait, which one did I sent out 2? I think. Oh, dude, the Mr. Beast one when he goes,
Yeah, dude.
Do you want this heart that you need for your heart transplant because your heart's dying, or do you want this Mr. Beast wrapped Tesla? And the guy goes, I would literally kill myself for that Tesla. And he goes,
Good boy.
he rubs the back of his head and goes,
Good boy.
Dude, you can like see the Oni influence in that animation style. He's like, you could have had this heart, but you ruined them all.
yeah. No, and then the guy goes, he looks pretty sick. Maybe we should give him the heart. He just snaps his neck.
Wait, and then he like burrs him, right?
Yeah, he births a new one. It just like comes out of his belly button or some shit. Dude, if you haven't seen the Meat Canyon, MEAT Meat Canyon on YouTube, they got some fucking funny animated shorts. Holy shit.
My mom! 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 My mom!
You say it, and then I'll go first.
No, just just go. I mean, it's just the
Alright,
sleeping. Wait, what the fuck do we call it? Oh, streaming service steals.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, that's what it is.
Okay.
I actually don't have
Let's
one.
say
so
it at the
I'm gonna
same
think
time.
right
Let's
now.
go streaming service steals.
Like that? Like that's
Yeah.
that's the tune? Say it again?
Yeah. Streaming service steals.
I I don't think I can hold a tune like you can, but okay. So you got to count it down though.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Streaming. Fuck. Wait. Do it again.
That was close. That was close.
Close. Count
3,
it down.
2, 1.
Streaming
service to you.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, let me think of some shit I watched this week while you do yours.
Okay. My streaming service steal is Pig with Nicolas Cage.
Huh. Okay, so you watched
Please
Pig.
Watch Pig.
Oh, see, I was right. Okay.
Please watch
Good suggestion.
Pig. You were right, dude. Pig was awesome. Pig was so good, dude. It's so good. It's like after I've seen it, it's like the only film I can like think about, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, go watch Pig, please. It's on Hulu. It's so freaking good.
Oh, it's on Hulu?
Yep.
Oh shit! I was saying it like it was only available on fucking like flights. You know what I mean? Like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. I got 2 of them actually because neither of them are really all that great. Well, they are. They're good movies, but like I didn't really put any thought into them because I kind of forgot. So I'm gonna give you 2. First off, HBO Max, Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League, obviously, because the other one, don't watch it. But I know it's kind of like an obvious one because like I feel like everyone's seen it, but it's not like the best. It doesn't really make up for the disappointment that was that whole situation with DC. But
DC's
it
so bad.
it covered but dude, it covers some ground. Like it really kind of does that story a little bit of justice, and no pun intended, Justice League, but it's better. It's a step in the right direction, and it's also like it's gory as shit. I remember when I watched it, I was like not expecting for there to be so much fucking blood. Like there's a lot of blood. I think Zack Snyder was like, "Cool, rated R. All right, like let's make it Watchmen without the blue dick." You know what I mean? So besides that, it's just gory as shit, just no dicks. But it's pretty good, and I feel like a lot of people kind of like threw Justice League away after that original, the one that was released in theaters. And if you haven't seen the Zack Snyder cut, give it a try, man. Watch an hour of it each night for 4 days, and you'll finish it before the week is up, and that's fucking fun. The other movie I want to suggest is also on HBO Max, and this is a fucking cult classic. I watched it with my mom the other day because I went home for the holidays for a week, and we didn't really have much to do. It was fucking cold as shit and COVID everywhere, so we just stayed inside, and we watched effing Norbit, bro. Nick, you've obviously seen Norbit, right?
Oh, I've seen Norbit.
Mr. Wong's wedding speech at the beginning of the movie? Holy fuck. Holy fuck, dude. I hope you buy banana for your new gorilla, Norbit. It's so good. Why you want to fight at wedding? Why you want to fight Wong at wedding? Bingo right in the bro hole. There's so many fucking lines, dude. Eddie Murphy plays like 58 characters. Like the whole movie's just played. And the end credit scene is just like Terry Crews, Eddie Murphy, finish. You know what I mean? Like that's it. There's just no. There's actually, I mean, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in it too, and frickin' what's his face? Eddie Griffin and Cat Williams are in it. They play like the 2 pimp guys, like their side characters. They're so fucking funny too. They walk up to Mr. Wong. Your name's Leroy from now on. It's so good. Norbit's so funny. Like so many quotable jokes. If you haven't seen it, as long as you can take a fucking joke, dude, because I feel like it's a little bit insensitive for today's standards. But
yeah,
but they make fun of everyone, bro. Like no matter what the fuck you are, you're getting made fun of, and that's the best way to be. Don't hate anyone in specific. Just hate everyone, and then we can all get along, or just fucking hate each other. Holy fuck! And we're gonna end it on that beauty. We're gonna open it with a burp and close it with a burp, dude, for sure.
Okay.
Anyways, Nick, do you want to plug your what are you working on? Are any films coming out? Any dates coming up that you're gonna be performing? Like what the fuck? I feel like most podcasts sound like that. They're like, so like I'm gonna be at the Dana Improv on June 23rd.
Oh, I'll be doing a comedy set at the Baked Clam,
Yeah,
at the Stinky Clam. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm about to shoot a film for my advanced film class that'll probably be uploaded somewhere. So I'll say
Oh, fuck
something
yeah,
about
dude.
that once it's done. I
Anyways, baby.
know. All right. Anyway, this was who shot first. I shot.
This was our
Shot.
podcast. We
This-
shoot things. We shoot
So
things
this
at
is-
each other. We
this is
shoot
the
liquids at each.
podcast,
We shoot liquids in each other's faces. All right. I think
Some-
that we can probably just end on that burp,
All right.
right?
So I got it.